My content is for 13 and up or adult collectors of the product. Hello everyone, and for this video we'll be reviewing the Perseus and Belfyre 2-pack. Before we continue with this video, subscribe to the channel with bell notifications on, and make sure to let me know your thoughts on the 2-pack. Do you like Perseus more? Do you like Belfyre more? And let us begin. We are nearing the end of Quad Drive, and we are taking a look at the 2-packs. This one, Perseus Belfyre. Now, Decay is just Devil, but they renamed it to Decay, obviously, I guess, just because, you know, they always got to do the renames. Devil was just a slightly modified version of Dynamite. Let's take a look at the back. So obviously you have your 4-in-1, like 4-in-1's ways to lose. Then after the bays and QRs at the end. Anyways. So going over our part by part, we're going to start off with Belfyre. Now this recolor and the other one that's in the Royal Kish one is based on the animation and the set where they did the gold and a violet purple recolor. Now obviously this is how it looks, but if we do a side-by-side to the original Takara TOMY Japanese release, visually it's terrible, right? I think the issue here is the paint job is not really complete for it. Like, even though the holes are extremely distracting on it, there's really not that much paint going on, and it looks really cheap if you look at the Takara TOMY one. I honestly don't know anyone who can reasonably say that it looks close to TT, especially now. So for Belfyre, I think the slopes are just like, you know, decent. There's like the tier of Valtryek, with Valtryek is slightly better than Belfyre, I would say, but, moving on, we have got the blade, which is like this mustardy yellow. Yeah, honestly, this is kind of a downgrade if you look at it. I mean, the other one is so rich that it's got like this marble texture, nice like this sort of like reddish brownish paint on the thing. When you look at the other one, it's like not even, it just doesn't, I don't know, like, what do you want me to say? If it's based on the anime, then it fails at that job. If it's trying to be based on the Japanese product, it just fails. Now, what about performance-wise? Well, I can pretty much answer for both. Dynamite and, or excuse me, Destruction and Decay, both aren't good. We're not even talking against TT, or even Hasbro only, even QD in general, it's not good. They're too passive for attack, there's no slot for the F gear, there is no F gear, so there's nothing really to go by for there, but, yeah, just to mention. Which is the armor? This is, the gravity ring. I don't know, whatever they're gonna call it, that's the gravity ring. Now, what's nice, actually, is one of the only really good QD discs is actually Hasbro's Tapered. It's, I think, almost 4 stars. It's like the heaviest out of all of them, and super, super good on cone-shaped stuff, but in this case, it would just technically just be, I guess, bearing. You could probably use it on some other stuff to get away with. Very good Hasbro-only disc, very, very good. Okay, now, we get to the performance tip and the attachment. So they got Edge Quad Drive. Now, Edge is one of the worst stamina performance tips. The only thing that's like acceptable is I think the spring on this is like slightly above average, I'm pretty sure. And a gray shot attachment. Now, if you're wondering why they didn't put the red one, it's because they want you to spend $80 USD, even more Canadian, to get the original red colors on the thing. I'm not a big fan of the gray. Well, I mean, this one's at least silver paint. This actually is a little bit better than the other ones, but I do feel like probably color-wise, they kind of didn't have many options for it, and they just went with this, but yeah, this base, not even in Quad Drive only, not that good. This, if you want to talk Quad Drive only, maybe for the Stadium. I mean, in general, neither of these are really that good for Hasbro only. So the Belfyre chip is about 4.39. versus 7.11. Then after we have about 5.17 versus 5.53. And then after the gravity ring, 1.37. Okay. And then after that, Hasbro's taper, yeah, 26.24. Yeah, that's pretty heavy for a Hasbro disc. Age is about 5.24, and then after shot attachments, about 2.06, and then after when you get 4.47 grams. Now, if we get the Takara TOMY, and we try to put the original combo for it, it is about 65.17 grams. And then after final one side by side, yeesh. I can see why Hasbro fans get upset whenever I compare to TT, because this does not look good. Not even a contest, Jesus. Well, we gotta get this now without the armor tip on the thing. I mean, you get like okay burst resistance, I guess, on this, so there's something there. Now for high mode. Yeah, side by side now with high mode. I mean, technically they should have given just the gold venture because that's what the thing is based on, but whatever. Or at least made this gold because the silver doesn't make any sense. And now we are on Decay Perseus. So, I thought they'd rename Perseus, I don't know why, I just thought it'd be like a Hasbro thing. So obviously the only thing really missing from the original one in terms of detail is, whoa. You can tell this is slightly modified for the shape to match Cutie. For the detail, they're just missing that little streak there, and I think there's one above there, but yeah, it's gold looking, right? Obviously this is my really used one because I really liked using Perseus and it's very good for competitive. Why, for attack types I would say, and I guess if you want to say stamina, but the metal placement outwards on there made it really heavy. Obviously no metal there. I have no idea how good the slopes are, so hopefully the slopes are good. Nothing really else to say there. Then after we get our new blade, which is Decay. So Decay is Devil. Now, hopefully it's good. Actually, no. Why am I even saying that? Of course not. I mean, the color looks pretty cool. It's probably like, this is better than any of the recolors for Devil, which is the one blue one. So, yeah, and I'm pretty against gold stuff, but I like how this looks. And after that. So the only difference really between Decay and whatever, right? So first of all, again, with Takara TOMY, just slightly sharper on the thing, but again, it's too passive for attack. The left gear slot, obviously, but yeah. Now we get on to the main event. Alrighty, well, for our next part to dissect, it's going to be SG, which SG, of course, I'm assuming, you know, in reference to S gear, so this would technically be called Spryzen gear, I guess. So, let's first do a side-by-side with the actual Hasbro Nexus and try to get a look at it. So, I'm sure it's going to maybe be slightly heavier, but I don't know by how much. So, it just looks slightly thicker and filled around those areas, so if it is heavier, I can see why, but my biggest issue with this, other than probably the weight, is going to be it's too small. Now, if you compare it to the actual one, yes, obviously monstrous in size. There was two modes to this. I think this is what mode is this based on? So it looks like, I believe this should be based on when it's in free spin, I'm pretty sure. Remove this. No, is this fixed? Oh, it is. Wow. It's very modified. I am a little afraid that if you try to grab it, you might stab yourself, but it doesn't look too sharp. But I guess be careful just in case. I'm not too impressed by this thing. I mean, I guess we'll see the weights to find out, but oh, and we get our... Okay, everyone, a small little update. I made a big mistake when I was reading this and doing the part by part. Okay, that attachment is actually just based on Unite. I called it Quattro for a second. If you clearly compare on the thing, it's not Quattro. However, like the actual Quattro, attachment, or I like to call it Deutsch. Since there's no rubber or anything, which is useless, by the way, thank you Hasbro for no gimmicks, it's basically just another fusion. But this is Unites. This is Unites. This is not Quattro. And this is supposed to be Orbit. But the ball doesn't move. Ah, yes, Quad Drive. Such a genius idea, Hasbro. Do all the performance tips with no gimmicks. So interesting. Wow. It's like these bays are built with interesting gimmicks, and instead we just get this garbage 4-in-1. Like, okay. Whatever. Hopefully this has a tight spool. Actually, I can let me get something. Yeah, I think all the springs on like the new stuff is feeling okay. So our Hasbro Perseus is 4.71. Okay. Very good spring on the orbit actually, because I'm just feeling it now. Then after 10.55. Okay. Then after Decay is about 5.14 versus 5.48. Now here's where the moment of truth comes in, okay? Hasbro's Nexus, 24.12. Hasbro's Nexus by itself, 31 grams. Well, this one's I think my heaviest. Then after the Plus S by itself is about 4.31, and another Nexus disc about 30.56. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. How heavy is Hasbro's Nexus S? 24.58. Oh, there's also the gravity ring, which I forgot to mention. It looks like, I want to say it's a modified 0. It's not really. It's kind of different, but, so orbit is about 5.56 to 1.16. Together it's about 6.7. Then Perseus altogether is about 42.47. So for Perseus, I think the slopes in it are pretty tight. For Quad Drive, in general, they're just okay. They're just about like average to like decent. So that's kind of the same boat as Belfyre and Valtryek. Sadly though, it doesn't really do anything to save stone or salvage, but I guess it's if the standard's that low, then I guess Perseus, you know, has to be good for like something for the rights, I guess. I do wish we did get really, really tight, like we're talking the Hypersphere tier, and I don't want to try to gas it up, because Hypersphere tier is like I think really, really tight, and I think QD this doesn't work. It could just be how modified it is that even if they do tight, wouldn't make much of a difference. And now high mode. And then after in high mode. Yeah, the thing is, I like the armor for the thing. I think the armor is unique enough where I can say it's not technically really a clone of the thing. I just wish they made a custom blade. Other than that, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And, you know, we try to be fair on this channel. I really think the highlight's just going to be on the core. I don't know how good this is really going to be. I think it needs to be a little bit heavier for it to be considered useful. I mean, I guess probably better than the other QD discs for attack, which is really almost no options. No, honestly, it's a bit hard to tell right now, but, you know, for the review, I'm at least happy on the Perseus score, so, yeah, good on them. I mean, they had to eventually, because everything else in Quad Drive is either it's okay, average, or terrible. So now what we're going to do is battles and see how it performs. Alrighty, so now we got to do the test launch and then the battles. So we're going to start off with Destruction Perseus. No, it's Decay Perseus. Oh. That is still the best Devil recolor, you know? Devil or Decay. It's better than that blue one. I'm going to be honest. I really don't like the blue one. This one I think is way better. Woof! Woof! Way better. Maybe Hasbro paid TT to do a terrible Devil recolor because, well, actually, I don't know. Does anyone really like that Devil recolor? It's like, it's not too bad. It's just, I don't know. I like the other one more. Maybe if it was like light blue and then dark blue or something, like basically kind of how it has like then like two separate. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like it. This one, like, again, it's a good recolor. My other point is going to be that, still wish they did like a cool new blade. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It is what it is, huh? 3, 2, and then rip. Sick. Okay. Let it rip. Let it rip. Still wish the S gear was just like a small, because I mean they're literally doing less and less per season, because they did do the zone thing, but they didn't do it for this one, and it is I'd say unfortunate, because I was actually looking forward to them because I knew they would probably do it. There we go. It also is kind of weird because this entire season is based on the idea of these gears and upgrades, and I mean, All Might was done wrong and everything, but there's no L gear, even if it was plastic or a separate why didn't they just release this destruction, but it was like molded with F gear, even if F gear was like plastic? You know what I mean? Like permafused. These are my questions, Hasbro. These are my questions. Man, can you imagine being a Hasbro fan? You watch the anime and then after they don't have, they don't release all the gears? That's like a oof right there, like an oof. Kind of cool because I get to make Decay Belfyre. I do wish the gold on that one, the recolor looked a little bit better, so I can kind of match this, but this is honestly really cool either way. Okay, then after Perseus. No! Coward! How dare you! Oh my god. That's hilarious that the armors are so badly locked on that they just fly off like that. You know, it's funny, I'm supposed to be paying attention to the back. Yeah, look at it do it again! Oh. Strong shoot. Okay, so it doesn't work. I thought it would. Okay, well. Scraping. Okay, I guess we're just gonna do the QRs and final thoughts. Is this worth getting? I think it's the same as the Balkesh. It's a skip, to be honest. I mean, if Perseus was like super tight or something, I could say yeah, for at least Perseus, but that really isn't the case here, so there's not much there. So, as we were ending off, let me know your thoughts in the comments. You like this 2-pack? Do you not like this 2-pack? This is still the best devil looking. This is the best looking Devil Decay thing. And I want to mention, as we are ending off, we have a store where you have a pre-order for Zest Achilles and Hello Kitty and other Takara TOMY products. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day and bye.